Hey, I'm Carly Rae, and this is Book Hour with Mary Alice Monroe.
Hey, it's Mary Alice Monroe, the author of The Summer of Lost and Found, and I'm here with Hey, it's Carly Rae. I wanted to be a writer all my life for as long as I can remember. I am one of 10 children, and I told stories to my brothers and sisters. There was a lot of oral tradition going on. But in third grade, my teacher, Mrs. Crawford, I will always remember her name, said, Mary Alice, did you ever think you wanted to be a writer when you grew up? I was so amazed because she gave me a name of what it was I wanted to be when I grew up. I just knew I loved to tell stories. So I always loved storytelling. I've been an author for 35 years. And if I looked at my young author self, here's the advice I would give. Work harder. Really put your back to it in those early years when you have all that energy and your ideas are bubbling. Because if you look to the left and to the right, you have to work harder than both of them. I feel very blessed to have a series that is beloved by so many for over 20 years, the Beach House series. And in the Summer of Lost and Found, I bring together two of the primary characters. Kara, who has been in the novel since the first, and she is the matriarch of the family, approaching 60. And now I introduce the young generation, Linnea, in her 20s, who's carrying on the torch. Both of these women are voices for their generation. And it was a real joy to create them, to witness them, to become part of them in their journey. The word writer's block has so many connotations. I don't really believe in writer's block, but I do know writers get stuck in a story. And that happens to all of us, and you're lying if you're saying it doesn't. I think that for me, when I get that stuck point and I don't know what to do next, it means I need to go back to my research, look a little harder. What is it that's going to inspire me to get through this phase? Hard work again and research gets you through every time. The Summer of Lost and Found is set against the pandemic of 2020, a year like no other. It's not about the illness. It's like when I write a novel against sea turtles or against dolphins, I use that as a backdrop because I know that story world can be brought to the forefront and heighten emotions, and nothing challenged relationships like the year 2020. It was a great opportunity to bring people close together, to have good things and bad things happen, which is always a big emotional turmoil. But in the end, we shone. I think the human spirit across the globe shone. So when I had the characters go through all these emotions and interactions, at the end of the book, their victories were hard won, and you're cheering them all the way. And at the end, I hope it's inspiring for you. I was writing this book during the pandemic in real time about the pandemic. It was very intense. And my idea of what the story would be shifted from April to June, June to September, September to December, as we shifted our whole lives. Our defense strategies became adjustment strategies. So I had to live through it, and this book became all that more personal. So when you feel or read all the angst and the joy and the troubles and the successes of the characters, I was living it at the same time. And I do hope you find my conclusion heartfelt and inspiring. Asking a writer what her favorite book is like asking a mother who her favorite child is. But I can answer this one. It's The Beach House. That book changed my career. I changed the way I researched and wrote novels. And it was my first New York Times hit. How can that book not be my favorite? It also was adapted into a Hallmark Hall of Fame film starring a dear friend now, Andy McDowell. I was blessed to have that happen. How can that book not be my favorite? I have a very strong message I want readers to take away from the Summer of Lost and Found. And this message was very hard won. For years, I'd studied Eckhart Tolle talk about living for the present, each moment, the here and now. But it wasn't until I wrote this book and lived through this year like you did that I got it. Live each day like it's your last. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy the people you're with. Make a decision that you're going to enjoy the day, the seconds, and the person you're with, because it is a choice. Thank you for watching my book hour on Hey, It's Carly Rae. I loved every minute of it. And if you want to know more about the Summer of Lost and Found or any of my books, please come to my beautifully new designed website at www.maryalicemonroe.com. Check me out on Facebook or on my YouTube channel or, of course, Instagram. And I hope you will. Enjoy the book. Happy reading.
Thank you so much for tuning into Book Hour. Stay tuned. I have more authors coming your way.